Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. And on this topic, I wanted to talk about how the narcissist has to keep you at a heightened state. The narcissist has to keep you in a heightened state of mind. You know, um, a heightened state of mind is when you're constantly, almost kind of like paranoid. You're assuming everyone's a narcissist. You're scared to put your guard down. You're constantly feeling like you have to watch everyone. You feel like you have to watch yourself. And the narcissists, they're very good at spotting people who've already went through narcissist abuse, who are at a heightened state of mind, meaning that you're trying really hard not to interact with others, or you're overly friendly. You're like at a heightened state of mind where your nerves are kind of high, and you know you don't know how to control your emotions. So what you're doing is you're trying your best to control them. You almost tell yourself, I'm gonna stay away from people, I'm gonna stay away from narcissists, I'm gonna keep to myself. You're at a heightened state, right? You're like, oh, I'm gonna keep to myself, I don't want to be bothered, I don't want to socialize with people. I'm gonna be nice to people so that people could just be nice to me and stay out the way. See, you think that just being nice to people and staying out the way is enough. But the narcissist sees when you're trying to get your energy back. They know when you're trying to get your energy back. They know when someone's already sucked you out of energy. They're going to ask you questions and put you even more in a heightened state of mind. Because see, when you're in a heightened state of mind, you might be looking out your window at these zombies, paying attention to everything. You're like, I'm paying attention to these zombies, right? You're at a heightened state of mind. But while you're paying attention to these zombies, there's some trying to break through the door or open the doorknob, right? And you're in a heightened state that other things are happening. You're focused on what's in front of you. You're using your eyes, but then now you're not using your ears. Your other senses are gone. So the narcissist makes sure that people are at a heightened sense of mind, meaning that you're aware of something, but even though you're aware of something, other things are going to go down undetectedly. So while you're paying attention to their words, what they're telling you someone is stealing your car, doing something. While they're telling you something, they're taking something, they're stealing something, they're putting your guard down. They're asking you uncomfortable questions. They're telling you questions that you probably normally wouldn't answer to someone, or they ask you questions where you even answer to them because you feel like the question it's such a dead end question that you almost feel like they're cornering you in a conversation where it's like, this is a dead end question because you want to know something and I don't know how to go about it by not answering it. And a part of me feels like answering the question, it's not really a big deal because I really don't care if you know this information. It doesn't really matter. But at the same time, why do you even care? But because when you're in a heightened state of mind, you're just trying to avoid the zombies, you're going to feel naturally to answer the question because you're going to feel like you're not going to get nothing out of it. But they do get something out of it because to them, it's like the narcissist views that as weakness because they're like, you're in a heightened state of mind, meaning that you're emotional. You still have feelings. So to them, it's like, you shouldn't have feelings for someone like me because if someone was to ask me the same question, I would probably be an asshole to them. I would say something that would consider me an asshole. I will, and even if it considers me being an asshole, it doesn't really matter. Someone who even asked me a personal question, they wouldn't care about me being an asshole because they know they shouldn't have asked me that in the first place. And even if they get angry, they're going to have to think about the question they asked me, and they're going to have to reevaluate that question and realize that that question, they shouldn't even have said it, and that maybe they did trigger me or made me feel uncomfortable, and they're not going to stay mad at me. You know what I'm saying? So the narcissist feels like it's warfare. It's a mind game. So to them, it's like, hey, you know, you're at a heightened state. You're scared. You're afraid. You're someone that I can abuse, even though you think you have information, even though you have all this knowledge about narcissism. You're at a heightened state of mind where someone can still use you for supply. Someone, I could still, if I don't do it, someone else will, because you're at a heightened state. You're trying to avoid people like me, and we're avoidable. You have to learn to live with us. You know, to them, it's like, I have boundaries, because if someone was to ask me this question, I'm not going to respond out of a heightened state of mind, an emotional state of mind. I'm going to be rude. I'm going to be an asshole. I'm going to be a bitch. I'm sorry, some people don't like it when I cuss on here, you know, but I'm just being honest with you. This is how they're thinking. And when I do get passionate, and I might say some bad words here and there. I know you guys aren't used to that. You know, you guys have watched me over the years, so you've heard me over the years, you know, so you know my character, and you know that I don't respond out of a heightened state of mind. So when I say something, I mean what I say. But see, to the typical person, this information I'm giving to you guys, this is game. And I don't know how some of you guys might take it. You guys might take it as me. I don't know. But this is what I'm gonna say. When I speak like this, that's why I don't really even talk to people. Or when I do talk, this is what I've noticed about them. They think that I'm speaking from a heightened state of mind. So when I'm speaking all this, they think I'm speaking from an emotional state of mind. I'm speaking of this because this is what I went through. This is my story. These are the emotions that I was feeling. At this point, I still feel the pain. I still feel compassion for others. But as far as the heightened emotional state of mind, like the anxiety, avoiding people, thinking everyone's a narcissist, I'm over that stage. You get me? This is why I can tell you how I was feeling at that time, and the things I was attracting narcissists still. I still attract them, but you attract them more because they feel like you're at a heightened state of mind, meaning that they're the type of people that, like, let's just say somebody robs you, right? Somebody robs you. They're going to be the person to help you out, and they are probably friends with the person who robbed you because you're at a heightened state of mind. Let's just say you get in a car accident. They're going to come to you because your car is totaled, and they're going to tell you, oh, I got a really cheap lawyer here. Oh, and then someone else is going to come to you, and they're going to say, oh, you need a tow truck? I have a tow truck. And you're going to feel like, dang, all these people are attacking me, but they're trying to act like they want to help me at the same time. So if you're at a heightened state of mind, you're going to feel like these people are trying to help you, and you don't even know that it's a whole con, that the people that are towing the truck, the person that hits you in the car accident, the person that is coming to your rescue to help you to call 911 is in on it. The person that is coming and telling you about the lawyer is in on it. And then you end up going to the doctor. You end up calling this lawyer. Oh, someone recommended me to you. I was at a heightened state of mind, emotional state of mind. People prey on your emotions. Now you're calling this lawyer. Okay, you got to go to a chiropractor every week, twice a week. Now you go every week, twice a week. By the end of the shit, you know, now the lawyer is telling you, hey, you know, I need my cut, and this is all you're getting. And you're like, wait, my car is worth way more than that. Where's the rest of the money? That's all you're getting because we covered your medical expenses. But my car is worth a lot of money. What's going on? You already signed your rights away. They made the lawyer sent her people's, the lawyer didn't even show up. The lawyer sent her assistant that's in on the con to your home the same day of the accident. Oh, let me get my assistant to come sign the contract. They're trying to make it seem like you have to do this right away because you're at a heightened state of mind. So when you're in a heightened state of mind, that's when they really attack you. That's when they really come for you. And I'm just keeping it real, you guys. And no one's gonna tell you this. No one's gonna be real with you. I'm telling you the real. Mostly everyone around you is a narcissist. The people that are telling you that other people are narcissists. I'm telling you the real shit. The reason people don't mess with me, see, a lot of people used to mess with me when I was at a heightened state of mind. It almost felt like they were kicking me while I was down. And that's what made me numb. Like, that's what made me feel like, like, bitch, you need to put your emotions to the side because these people are trying to kill you. You're going to end up like fucked, like your career, everything you worked hard for, everything is going to be gone. Like, there's some people, some empaths that get completely broken. I was at the point where I was seeing this shit play out and I was like, oh, that's how they want me. And, and what's crazy is that certain narcissists in my life, if it wasn't for them and the experiences I went with them or things that I learned from them, I probably would have ended up in a worse scenario. Because most people, they learn certain lessons till after they get got. I got God. Don't get me wrong. I got God plenty of times. But see, this is why some people end up homeless. This is why some people end up, prostituting. This is why some people end up in jail. Because you're only soaking in a certain part of it. You're not soaking in all the information or all the knowledge the way you're supposed to. So you might have a lot of information, but if you lived most of your life at a heightened state of mind, let's just say you know about narcissism, you know what the narcissist is going to do, but if you're at a heightened state of mind, the narcissist will push your buttons, because these are the type of people that they respect you until you open up to them. And when you open up to them, you might just be sharing, like me. I can just share something about my past, but the narcissist will look at it. If I speak to a narcissist, because they're like zombies, they're going to assume, oh, okay, you're speaking of these things because you have light in you, and you're at a heightened state of mind, meaning I can suck the life out of you. And I could be looking at that person like, you're out of your mind. Like, I'm just sharing my story with you. It doesn't mean you could take advantage of me just because I'm sharing my story with you. But they're so brain dead that they assume you're at a heightened state of mind. And then you can see them trying to feed on you. You can see them trying to feed on you right after that because you're not at a heightened state of mind, but that's what they like. So that's when you can tell, oh, they're a narcissist, because they're enjoying that feeling of knowing, oh, this person's at a heightened state of mind, right? So this is why a lot of times, right, the narcissist will assume you're at a heightened state of mind because that's how they have you. Sleep deprivation, starting shit with you when you go to work, lying about little stuff, breaking stuff and saying it wasn't them. Things might even go missing. They just always have to keep you at a heightened state of mind. You never know where you stand with them. One minute you're good, one minute you're not good, right? So a lot of times they'll start saying things to you, like they'll start making plans about, I'm going to go get my own place, or I really want to move to another state. And you're like listening to them and you're like, wait, are you thinking about moving to another state without me? Because it almost starts to sound like they're almost bragging about the shit that they're going to do without you, type of thing, or or they'll talk bad and they'll say, I hate everyone. Like, I don't like no one. And it'll make you feel like, what about me? And then they'll say something like, oh, I don't like anyone but you. They'll change it because they almost look at you like you're brain dead. They feel like they're smarter than you. They feel like they have you at a heightened state of mind, and they start to, and so much shit just goes over your fucking head that they're basically saying, okay, since you're at a heightened state of mind, I keep cheating on you, lying to you, using you, abusing you, taking stuff from you. When I showed you who I was, you should have just ran, because I'm the Walking Dead, right? This is how they look, like this. This is how they look in your life. This is how they look. For real, for real, for real. So they're looking at it like, I always have you at a heightened state of mind, so I know that it's so much stuff that has went over your head. This is why when you leave the relationship, you'll start thinking about certain scenarios or certain things that your family said or things, and then you were like, you already know in the end they're full of crap, right? When you wake up, but you'll start thinking about things from the past, and then you're like, oh snap, how come I didn't pay attention to that? Damn, that went over my head. Every time they were telling me certain stories about other people, they were talking about themselves. You'll start thinking all that. That's what they're thinking. They're thinking, man, you're so dumb. This is why they treat you so bad, because they feel like they have you at a heightened state of mind. Sometimes they'll even try to get you to talk about your own traumas. They're trying to figure out your traumas, and then they want you to soak up in them traumas. They want you to be mad at your family, friends, and you might not be mad at them, and you'll even question the narcissist, and you'll be like, you know, they'll say something rude about your grandmother or something. And you're like, don't, you know, I know my grandmother is probably like a narcissist, but don't talk about her like that. She's never done nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? So narcissists will target other narcissists and act like they're not narcissists. You know, the narcissist acts like they're not the narcissist. That's what makes it so sick, because it's a whole con game. They're blaming each other. And that's why the empath doesn't call nobody out. We just like stay in our own lane. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know that's their whole dynamic. And it's actually pretty scary, because they're not admitting to who they are, and they're all blaming each other. So you're at a heightened state of mind, because the narcissist is putting you through traumas. They're talking shit about your family, friends. They want you to be angry at them for things that they did to you in the past. Sometimes they'll even show like hate towards the people around you, and you're kind of like I said, like my grandmother's a narcissist, but she hasn't done anything to you. So you know what I'm saying? They'll say crazy things like they want your family deceased or something. They'll judge them. They'll assume things about them. And it's just to see your reaction, and to, even when you defend yourself, right? And you're like, my family is not like that. They're putting you in a heightened state of mind. Then when certain things that they say are true, they're putting you in a heightened state of mind again. This is a soul sucker vampire. They don't care whose side you're on. They don't care if you're on their side or that. It's all about keeping you at a heightened state of mind, because then you'll be oblivious to what's going on, period. You know what I'm saying? So that's what a lot of narcissists do. You have some that just, they're not going to show you who they are. There's some that are just sloppy, going to show you who they are. There are some that are going to blame others. Everyone's playing like a different role almost. And a lot of times the person blaming other people or calling other people out, you'll see certain traits about them where they're judging people who have went to jail. They're assuming, they're putting categories on people, when we all know in every community, in every group, there's empaths, LGBT, you know, Christians, on the street, rich, poor, whatever. There's empaths in every group, and we were all exploited in different ways by narcissists, because it's more of them in every group. We don't choose our families. We don't choose our upbringings. These are things that just happen, and other narcissists feed off of how much information you know and how low they can take you. This is why certain people can get dragged lower than others. See, I didn't come from a very, very low class. I would say middle class, right? You can get dragged from middle class to low class, you know, but certain people from middle class, high class, you can't, sometimes you can get dragged all the way down. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying not everyone is manipulated the same, because someone, it's all about how much information you know. It's all about, you know, sometimes you can have a perception about something and you could be completely wrong. Like, you could think someone's a narcissist, and then years later, after knowing what a narcissist is, you could tell yourself, oh shit, I thought that person was a narcissist, but they looked out for me. They did a lot of nice things for me. They didn't exploit me the way this narcissist was. This narcissist was getting me to call them a narcissist, but they were really jealous because they weren't born into my family. So then you almost feel like you betrayed your own family for the narcissist, right? Because they put you in a heightened state of mind where you saw certain traits about your family, but you also know that they were protecting you and they never did anything to you personally. And so these are different ways, different tactics, I'm just putting it out there, where narcissists can bring you down to their lower level, wherever they're at. And now you're living a whole completely different life because this person was able to suck that much energy out of you. Some of us don't get to that point. Some of us see the narcissist sucking us into their dimension, and we aren't used to living in their world. And we're like, I got to get out of this relationship because I can't live in this world. This can't be my world for the rest of my life, you know, and you get out of it. But then you have those people that just love the narcissist so much that they're stuck living in their world. And then by the time they wake up, it's like they almost feel like it's impossible to get out of that world, right? So narcissists use your heightened senses and make sure that you're in a heightened state of mind. And I say this too, you know, because I had an incident where basically I didn't get into it with this dude or anything like that, but we had like a disagreement, right? And then when I was in the parking lot, I felt someone watching me, and then I felt a car start speeding up, and I said, whoever's in that car is after me. And then he swerves, literally, I felt him coming towards me, so I walked to the other side of the parking lot, to the other side where the other side of the cars were, and then I heard the car make a quick turn, so I said, they're coming for me, whoever that is. And he stopped right in front of me. And it was like he was trying to make me afraid, right? So I didn't react at that moment. I was very like, I'm not going to react out of, he wants me to react. He wants me to be at a heightened sense of mind where I'm scared, I'm nervous, I'm going to act irrational, I'm going to cuss him out, something, right? So that he can escalate the conversation and play stupid with me, right? Like, I wasn't going to hit you, you know. I already knew that's what he wanted. Because narcissists, the reason I was able to pick up on that is because narcissists will have you in a heightened state of mind, even in relationships. So you might be in the car with the narcissist. Now the narcissist wants to drive fast. Now the narcissist wants to swerve and play around like they're going to hit a car. And they're just laughing and playing and acting like that shit is hilarious. And you're sitting there like, no, stop. Oh, I'm going to close my eyes and drive fast. No, stop. Or they're really pissed off about something and they're like driving like crazy people. Or you're driving and they're trying to hit you or slap you around. They're keeping you at a heightened sense of mind where you almost think the behavior, the abuse is normal. You think that shit, driving, swerving into cars is normal. Them driving fast with their eyes closed. They try to act like all that shit is normal, and they're like lunatics, like maniacs. And they're also making sure that you're at a heightened state of mind at all times, because that's usually when you can't think, you know. It's warfare. It's how to control someone's mind. And if you, what I realized from before all this, before they killed me, when I was at that heightened sense of mind, because it's like they're planning your death, you're trying to escape. What I did notice about that is that, where's my charger, you guys? I'm gonna die over here. Okay. What I did notice about before, when all this stuff was going on, when it came to like working with people and things like that, I always felt like people took advantage of my kindness, or there was something that would or I would or if I shared something with someone, then everyone would know about it. I always felt like something was always wrong, or I was doing something wrong. And then when you learn about narcissism, you realize, that they're just feeding off of you. And you realize, wow, you almost feel stupid, you almost feel dumb. So I realized after I learned how to control my emotions, and how the narcissist basically wants you at a heightened state of mind, what I realized is that I'm a better thinker now. I analyze better. I plan better. I go through tests better. I handle tough situations. I handle being under pressure better. I have a better way of moving in order and being more organized, and prioritizing things that are more important and leaving other things that are less important for the end. Things like that. You need to think fast, especially in business, right? I feel like that's why certain things weren't happening for me, because no matter how intelligent I was, it didn't matter how much information I had, I was constantly at a heightened state of mind. You go out with your friends for the weekend, you're in la la land, you don't really want to go to work. Young kids don't really want to work nowadays. They want quick money. You're at a heightened state of mind. Your friends are getting BBLs. You feel like, oh, you're at a heightened, oh, I got to do it. I got to do it now. I got to get my first tattoo. I got to get a tattoo. I got to get the piercing. I got to get the cool earrings with the little dangly on the side. I got to get jewelry. I got to get a new car. You're at a heightened state of mind, and then you go to a car dealership. Oh, you've never had a car on your credit. You've never put a car under your name. Oh, okay, I can help you. We have specials for young kids like you. You're at a heightened state of mind. Boom, put you in a contract. Boom, you can't pay it. Boom, you're going out with your friends all the time. You're intertwining with drama, baby mama drama, other people's relationships. Speaking to narcissists. Narcissists are calling you for advice all the time, knowing they're full of crap. You're constantly at a heightened state of mind. Can't focus on yourself. Can't focus on your career. Can't focus on moving ahead of where you're at now, because you can't stay still. Just like you can't stay still, you can't stay anywhere. If you were going on a road trip, you can't stay anywhere for too long. There's predators. You're in unknown territory. You know what I'm saying? So you can't stay anywhere for too long in anything that you're working on, whether it's work, whether it's going to your job every day. You're not going to be there forever. There's people who thought they were going to retire in certain places, and right before they retired got fired, or they were in a heightened state of mind because they felt like they worked for this company for 20, 30 years and they weren't getting paid enough because they're going through stress at home with paying bills or certain taxes, and now they're stealing from their job, and they're like, oh, I'm just going to steal. No one's going to pay attention. I'm at a heightened state of mind. And then boom, someone was watching you, and or you didn't think you were going to get fired because you felt like you would work somewhere forever, and now your boss is telling you they're closing. And now if you're in a heightened state of mind, you're going to either complain, you're going to give up, you're going to feel like you can't find something else. You're going to feel like you're not good enough. If you're dealing with narcissistic people around you, they're going to bring you down. They're going to want to talk about the drama. They're going to make it seem like they're going to give you words of positivity, but at the same time, their energy is going to be off. They're sucking energy out of you. So when you're in a heightened state of mind, people can see that. Narcissists can see that. When you're in the office, when you're at your job in the office and you're running around and you're looking like you're under pressure and your mind is everywhere and you're like, oh, I forgot to do this. Oh, I forgot to do that. The narcissist is looking at you like you're dumb. They're like, you're dumb. I'm going to take advantage of you. You're at a heightened state of mind. So what I notice with a lot of people that I come across, they tell me you're calm. They're like, you're very calm. Like, you breathe slow. when I talk with my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always think about what I'm going to say before I say it. Like, if someone gives me a smart ass comment, I think about how I'm going to say a smart ass comment back. You know, things like that. If someone disrespects me, I think about, is this person worth disrespecting back? Or are they just someone trying to get energy out of me and I could just stay silent and make them feel more stupid? Now this person keeps saying stupid stuff to me, or now they're saying jokes where the jokes are talking about finances, or they're like, oh, can you buy me this? And I'm just playing around. Now when it gets like disrespectful, where I feel like you're disrespecting who I am as a person, you're disrespecting my finances, you're trying to make it seem, you're almost blatantly telling me you're the type of person I know I can use. If you're blatantly telling me something, if you're just being an asshole for no reason, I have the right to just refuse to even talk to you, because you really want to come in my world and you think that I'm gonna react out of emotion, because that's what you're used to. That you're used to, abusing women that react out of emotion, because a lot of these narcissistic men, you know, they were taught to be men at a young age and not be emotional, and that's all they wanted to be, was emotional. And then being a man was really hard, so they just, you know, acting like little pussies. So, you know, they're used to dealing with those type of women. So when they come across someone like me, they're just like, you know, they want to test me out. It doesn't work. No reaction. I don't react out of emotion. You don't mean anything to me. Now they know I can't talk to her like that. So now they try to act respectful, but while they're acting respectful, they want to say little things, like little smart remarks, because they're trying to get you to react. They want to see the heightened state of mind, because that's going to label you as a silly woman, as a silly girl, as a silly man. You know, they want to look at you like a silly person. They want to see you laugh. They want to see you be happy. They want to see you with joy, with positivity. They're fake. Their smiles are fake. These people are evil. They're wicked. Everything about them is fake. They're not real people. They're literally sucking energy out of you any way that they can. That's why they ask you these dead-end questions where you almost feel like you got to answer them. And later on, you're like, why did they ask me that? It's none of their business. And how I didn't even want to answer to them. You almost feel like you had to answer to them, but then you know that you wouldn't have asked them that question. You know you wouldn't have. You know it's too weird. So why did you answer it? Because you were at a heightened state. How come you didn't know how to respond to them by having boundaries? Why did you feel like saying no or having boundaries was so hard? Why? Because a lot of times the problem is we think we're going to sound like assholes. That's the problem. So a lot of times, guess what? The narcissist doesn't care if you're an asshole, because they know you respect yourself and they can't play with you. They know they can't get you at a heightened state of mind. They see the way you move. They see that you're not bothered. They see that certain things don't affect you. They know you're powerful. They know you're powerful. They know you're more powerful than them, and you know what happens? The devil flees. The devil flees. I've been able to tell people what they're going to do before they do it. And then they do it, and they still look me in the eyes, and then they keep lying to me in my eyes, and I keep looking at them in their eyes, and I tell them, like, I'm not in a heightened state of mind. Look at my breathing. I'm calm. I'm used to scumbags. I'm calm. You could do whatever you want to do. You could go out here and do whatever you want to do and go narc around, but don't play with me. I'm not the one. And guess what? The devil flees, because they know you're not going for the gaslighting. You're not scared of them. You don't want to fight them. You don't want to expose them. You just want them to get the hell away from you, because they are feeding off people who are at a high state of mind, a heightened state of mind. They're feeding off of people like that. They know when you're fearful. They know when you're trying to stay positive. They know when you're on a spiritual journey. They know when you're broken. They know everything. They can tell you more about yourself and themselves than you. Think about it. This is a predator. They can tell you more about yourself. They can tell you more about yourself. And yeah, they could sit here and talk about themselves too. They could do both. It's a predator. They're not stupid. It's just the predator. Does the narcissist know that they're a narcissist? Hello. They're not stupid. They're dumb, yeah. Because they feel like most people are at a heightened state, so they feel like you're dumber than them because they've been conning you the whole time. It's almost like they're like, girl, I be playing you every single day, and now you want to notice certain characteristic traits about me because you studied these traits, and now I don't care. They'll sit there. I don't care what you heard on the internet. I'm a different person. I'm a different breed. I'm cut from a different cloth. They'll say all these people are delusional. They know they're delusional. Some of these grown men really get on my nerves because they feed off of women being at a heightened state of mind. So when they come across me, they're expecting something that they're not going to get. And then they want to play with me because they're trying to figure me out. And it's like, stop trying to figure me out. I don't like playing those games. Like, just don't talk. I literally get to the point where I just don't even respond. I just stay quiet. And then they say things like, oh, you're mean, you're this, you're that. And I'm just like, you're having a conversation by yourself. Literally. You're trying to get me at a high. I don't care what you think. I don't even know. I even tell them, I don't know you. I'll look at them, that's weird. I'll look at them, that's weird. I don't even know you. What? I said that's weird. I don't even know you. Like, you're like, stop making your own perception of me. That's weird. I don't know you. I've never even had a conversation with you. Now they want to talk. Oh, okay. Okay, ma'am. They want to talk to me. They want to talk to me like they're like I'm older than them and it's an old ass man. Okay, ma'am. Like I know. Assuming things about me, you know. Okay, ma'am. You're probably not this. You're probably not that. You're probably not this. Now you're mad because I'm not feeding into you. I'm not giving you any compliments. I'm not flattering you. You're trying to tell me what to do in a friendly way. You're trying to get something out of me and then offering your protection. I trying to act like there's an even exchange when we don't have no business deal in the first place. Leave me alone. You're weird. You know? Oh, we're friends, right? They're calling you by your name. We're friends, right? Or you feel like you have your coworkers back or something because other people, strangers are attacking them. You know, you got their back and you work as a hive mind together because you need to, you know, from civilians. But then you forget because you're at a heightened state of mind. You feel like, oh, we all look out for each other. You're at a heightened state of mind because you know while you're there, you gotta look out for each other. But you're in such a heightened state of mind that you don't realize that they're your enemies too. You think because they had your back about something or you had their back, you feel like you guys are cool. No, you're not. You're just at a heightened state of mind. It's war. It's warfare. And people are preying on your emotions. There's people out here pretending to be homeless and they're not homeless. You got people out here using their children as pawns. The world is not what you thought it was. The world is not what you think it is while you're sitting here being friendly to everyone. You don't know who that person is. You think they're nice people. They're not. You think certain people are mean people. They're not. You think because someone looks out for you or they're nice to you, they're on your side. They're not. I've helped a lot of people, and I can literally say that not a lot of people have looked out for me. They'll go on here and go and support narcissistic people and the people claiming they not narcissists, and people will support people like them, but people who say the real shit, we don't get the praise. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reality of it, and it's cool. It's cool. That's what comes with the prize. It's cool. I got the prize of protection. While everyone is supporting bad people, while people are being oblivious, while people want to be greedy to the wrong people, while all that shit is going on, everyone is going through their own karma and their own shit for a reason. And if you're not smart enough to get out and clear your mind from the bullshit people and the snakes and the people feeding you lies and the people that got you acting like a flying monkey and the people that got you in a heightened state of mind to hate other people and to judge other people, and that's their way of getting their 2 minutes of fame, is by putting you in a heightened state of mind because they're telling you things that you probably already were thinking. And now you're like, oh, dang, you know, they got you moving when you don't know these people. People will get you so caught up in other people's worlds, and it's all part of getting you in a heightened state of mind. Make a lot of the flying monkeys, they don't realize they're flying monkeys because they're in a heightened state of mind their damn selves. And the narcissist is basically acting like a victim, like they're going through the same problems, relationship problems as them. They're calling you the narcissist. And now all the people around them are at a heightened state of mind because they're dealing with a narcissist. And they're like, I know my friend. My friend is nice. My friend is this. My friend is that. It gotta be you. It's premeditated for you to look like the narcissist while they look like the empath. It's premeditated that way. So, real people, the gift that we do have is the gift of life. Eternal life, eternal protection, because the devil flees from us, but we have to be sober-minded. We have to be sober-minded, and sober-minded doesn't just mean with drugs or like drinking, or it means we can't be at a heightened state of mind. We can't be under stress. We can't be under depression. We can't be under anxiety. Those are all like sins in the eyes of God, because you're idolizing someone that has put you in a position where you're so isolated and you're afraid and you have anxiety. That doesn't come from God. That's not God's energy. And that God's energy doesn't feel like that. That's the people you need to get away from and clear your mind, who have you at a heightened state of mind. So I hope that this message practically, you know, helped you guys. So like I said, you know, just like that guy, he tried running me over, and then he was trying to make it seem like I didn't say anything to him when he did it, but when he got into the building, I looked at him and I said, don't ever do that again. And then he goes, I always drive fast. I said, well, don't ever do that to me again, like I said. And then he goes, you're not my mama. I said, well, you're not my daddy. And, you know, I was uncomfortable around him after that, because I knew I had to stand up for him, because what he did, he crossed the line with me. And he was like, if I was your daddy, I said, well, you're not my daddy. And then he goes, well, if your daddy was here, I'll beat him up, right? And this is a guy like with tattoos all over his face. You know, probably shouldn't have said nothing to him, but he, like I said, he crossed the line with me, and I don't fear no man, you know. And I know that in certain situations it's best to avoid certain people, especially if you're by yourself. But in this situation, I wasn't by myself, you know. I was just letting him know, don't ever do that again. I didn't know that he was going to respond with, I always drive fast, instead of apologizing. He's a narcissist. I already knew what he was doing. Just like I said, when a narcissist is driving fast and weird and making you feel like they're putting your life in danger, almost on they're trying to act like they're doing it on accident, but you know they're doing it on purpose. And then they're trying to act like even though they're doing it on purpose, they weren't expecting anything bad to happen. They're like, oh, I know I'm drinking in your car while you're driving, but nothing bad's gonna happen. But then if you get pulled over, they're the type of people that will blame it on you, that will say that it was you're driving. They're like, she's driving. You know, so they're the type of people to get you in trouble, and then they try to make it seem like they're being a sneaky kid, and you almost feel like, I'm not stupid. But that's because they've dealt with supplies who are in a heightened state of mind, and they're just basically going with the flow. They're so oblivious to the narcissist games that they almost feel like they're partners in crime, like they're Bonnie and Clyde. And no, you're not Bonnie and Clyde. This person's literally killing you. You know, so I knew what time it was, you know. So that's why I had to stand up for myself. And what was so crazy, this is why I say God is real, because the next day I see the guy again. And while I see him, my face kind of froze because I wasn't expecting to see him again. My face kind of froze. And then there was a guy next to me, and I think he sensed my fear, right? Because I was kind of frozen. Not because I was afraid, but it was like, I wasn't expecting it. And then it was like I was still angry at what he did, but I didn't want to say nothing to him either, you know? It was just like different thoughts going in my head where I just kind of froze. But it wasn't fear. It was like, I hate this dude, right? And a man came out of nowhere, you know, old enough to be like my father, and he sensed it, and he basically goes, did that guy bother you? And I was like, it's just that he almost hit me with the car yesterday or the other day. He almost hit me with the car. And then he's like, yeah, I'm watching him for you. And then when the guy passes by and gets close to me, he looks at him and he's like, don't bother her, okay? And then the guy had this like almost surprised face, like, who the hell is this? Is this your daddy? Like, who is this? Type of look. But he didn't confront him. He wasn't confrontational with him. So to me, it's like, so you would be confrontational with me as a woman, but you're not confrontational to another man, to a grown man, you know? So to me, that's another thing about narcissists, is that they want to keep you at a heightened state of mind, make you feel like there's no men out here that will protect you, like you're unprotected. They want to have you in a heightened state of mind so you could fear them and shit like that. But you'll notice that they'll abuse, like a lot of these narcissists, man, they'll abuse you not only mentally, but physically. They try to keep fear on you. Like, they want you to know that they will hurt you, basically. You know, that's that fear. And you just being around someone who does that to you, where they make you feel like, I'll hit you, even if they don't do it, just the feeling of I'll hurt you, that will put you in a heightened state of mind, because now anytime they're angry, or you know that they're willing to gaslight you and lie to your face about something, or you want to confront them about something they did, they get angry and they start showing you, like, you want me to get crazy? You know I get crazy. It puts you in that heightened, you know, state of mind where now you're like, no, if I say something to the narcissist, they can get mad and hurt me. You know what I'm saying? So they do that shit on purpose. And this is why you have to be careful with messing with these people. Because it's not like they're not capable of doing things to you or hurting you or even deceasing you. They are capable of doing these things. It's just like some people, just like some empaths can be broadened all the way down to a very low level. the narcissist can be brought to a very low level. And when they're brought into a very low level, a lot of times you didn't even do shit to them. Imagine someone that will come down to a low level just because you're speaking truth. That's really fucking sick and toxic, you know? The more truth you give them, the more they want to hurt you. That's some sick shit, you know? So you have to be careful about people who want to put you in a heightened state of mind, who are bringing anxiety in your life and trying to make it seem like that shit is normal. It's not normal, someone bringing anxiety and making you feel like they can overpower you and stuff like that. And never be with a man or woman that makes you feel like that, because 9.8.9 chance out of 100%, they're going to try you. They're going to try to manipulate you. They're going to try to do something to you. They're going to lie to you. They're going to play you, because they want you in a heightened sense. Anyone who puts fear onto you, they're only putting that fear. Or sometimes even your friends, they might bully other people and you're like, oh, they're not bullying me. They're putting that, they're by you even seeing them bully someone else, they're thinking to themselves, yeah, you're on my side because I'm the bully, I'm just trying to they're even trying to put you in a heightened sense of mind, heightened state of mind, because they're looking at it like, if you see me beat someone else up, then I'll do it to you. And then they want to see your reaction. Damn, you got hands. Damn, you beat her up. Dang, you could fight. I ain't even gonna lie, you fight better than me. All those things, they're listening to you. They're getting your feedback. And they're also thinking, when they're fighting, they're also thinking, I'll do this to you, any of you guys. So it's like they're trying to exert their power, their control. So if you're around people like that, you should already know what they're gonna do. And you should already know that you should never give them any sense of fear when they do things. Never let them see you feel fearful. Never let them feed off of your fears or the things that. Be very careful about sharing things with people. Just like I share things with you guys, narcissists listen to stuff like this and they think it's weak, because they also feel like even though you're talking about this and being in a heightened sense of mind, emotional state of mind, you still have emotions. So to them, it's like, yeah, you might have all this information, but you're still going to get bit by one of us, one way or another. It just comes, narcissism comes with the prize, because like I said, they'll come to you at the wrong time. You'll be arguing with someone and then they'll come and they'll say, calm down. You don't need to argue with them. Or they'll even try to hold you back, right? Someone hits you, now you're trying to hit that person back. They'll come and they'll try to hold you down like, don't hit that person. Don't hit them. They're trying to act like they're trying to de-escalate the situation. But what they're doing is they're holding you back, trying to act like they care about you, like they're trying to de-escalate it. But they really want the other person to get a couple hits on you. You see how crazy narcissists are? They're crazy. So these people they prey on your emotions. They know you're emotional, you're angry, this person hit you, you're trying to hit them back. They're gonna prey on your emotions. They're gonna come at the perfect time, at the perfect tragedy, a perfect car accident. You're on drugs, you're giving your life to God. Oh, come to this church, come here, go preach to other people, pass the tray. Who's benefiting from this? The church, the people, the ringleaders of it. And they're feeding off of people who went through traumas. They're feeding off of people who, been through things. And some of those people end up becoming narcissists because they're being puppeted by narcissists. So they become the narcissist soldiers, and then they'll even go against their own family. They'll be so brainwashed by a church that they'll say, oh, I'm not speaking to my family anymore. The church said that you guys are going to hell, and they'll just get brainwashed, and they're acting like narcissists, and now the people around you don't want nothing to do with you. And then by the time you get played by the narcissists at the church, now you want to come back to your family. Your family don't want nothing to do with you. They tried. They spent months, years trying to get your love back, and you pushed them away, and now they moved on with their lives. And you thought that they were supposed to have your back forever. They were teaching you, hey, when you play people like this in real life, you can't come back from certain shit. That's what they're teaching you. And you're basically telling them, okay, I learned my lesson. I was just in a heightened state of mind. Now everyone is like, no, because now if we saw that you were being able to get brainwashed because you were in a heightened state of mind, you could be brainwashed again and do something to us. Or you might not even be our brother, sister anymore. You might be a whole different entity. You're not our... They almost feel like a disconnection from you. Like you're trying something to them. You're trying to con them. Because it's like there's no coming back. Once you leave, you leave. And even if they understand what you're saying, to them it's like you don't know everything. You think you know everything. You got played, but you don't know what happens after you get played, after you learn about narcissism, after you go through narcissistic situations. You don't know what happens afterwards. It doesn't stop. It's still war. You're still looking out for the zombies. So now when you're returning, we don't know if you're dead or not. You left. So... sending you guys lots of love, light, peace, and your healing. If you guys want to support my channel by booking a session with me, my booking information will be on the description. If you guys are new, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. Talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.